Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. In this episode I'm going to be talking about Joe Outlaw. Or that's his name, he's been given his nickname. He's IPP and he's been protesting against his sentence. And he's been in prison for 12 years now on his sentence. He had a relatively short tariff, but because he's protested against the IPP and he won't bow down to the sentence, he's sort of rebelling, or he is rebelling against the sentence that was abolished because it was deemed inhumane, but he's now still serving this sentence, which he was given in 2011 when he was 25-year-old. He's now 37 and still in prison, serving nearly the same amount of time as somebody who's committed murder. Now, Joe has become famous in the press, or infamous, whichever way you want to look at it. And he has got quite a big support and quite a big backing. And he's quite famous on TikTok, or he's got a big following on TikTok through his music that he's doing whilst in prison, his way of expressing himself. He's singing whilst playing the guitar. I will put some videos in to this of Joe singing and on his guitar. And he is quite talented, as you can see in the videos, which is a shame. But hopefully soon he will get some good news, because there's a lot of things happening with the IPPs. But a lot of you might say he hasn't done himself any favours by rebelling against the sentence instead of just going along with it and getting released. But as you can see in the videos, he's singing about the sentence, which you can see he's singing from the heart. But the thing that got him in the press was last year in the summer, he was in Strangeways, Hmp Manchester, and he was up on the roof. He managed to get up on the roof. So he hasn't just got a talent for singing and playing his guitar. He's got a talent for climbing, because I'm telling you something, to get up on a roof, especially Strangeways, after the riots and how secure it is and how hard it is, he must have a talent for climbing. Should be called Spider-Man. But he's getting up on the roof in Strangeways and mounted a rooftop protest. And he's managed to get some paint up there, and he's wrote on the roof, "Free IPPs." If you Google it, I'll put some pictures up on here. Actually, you'll see the picture just there. But if you Google his name, type in Joe IPP or Joe Outlaw IPP, there's a lot of things come up on him. And like I've mentioned, he's got a lot of backing. I'll just put the videos on now for you so you can see he's singing.
Get the IPPs out, man. Bit of truth, yeah? A street life full time. Watch out for the kid with knives. You can see it in his eyes, he's hungry. He wants your money like junkie. A street life full time. A kid strapped up, yeah, no lie. Squeeze that trigger when it's tricky. You know the streets get slippery. Kids go nuts like they're Conan. Whipping samurais out like Ronan. Got the man bag here and he own it. 9mm locked and loaded. By 12 it's county lines. 13 running from the lights. 14 now you're breaking down bricks, bagging them up into picky mix. Street life, hold tight, watch out for the kid with knives. You can see it in his eyes, he's hungry. He wants your money like junkie. A street life, hold tight. A kid strapped up, yeah, no lie. Squeeze that trigger when it's tricky. And you know the streets get slippery. They blame it on guns and rap. They talk about all these gangs and that. Why don't they talk the truth? The government's paving the path for the youth. Young mums are always in struggle. Young kids are always in trouble. So how do we change it? How about you just don't blame it on street life? Hold tight, watch out for the kid with knives. You can see it in his eyes, he's hungry. He wants your money like junkie. A street life, hold tight. A kid strapped up, yeah, no lie. Squeeze that trigger when it's tricky. And you know the streets get slippery. So many lost souls just sleeping. So much potential, no teaching. It's just hard to feel hope with a rope around your throat. And I don't know the answer, I just feel the pain. Feed them knowledge, I say, and let them find the way. Street life, all time, watch out for the kid with knives. You can see it in his eyes, he's hungry. He wants your money like donkey. Street life, all time, and he's strapped up, yeah, no lie. Squeeze that to go when he's tricky. You know the streets get slippery, yeah.
But like I mentioned, he's got quite a big backing. There's people outside. He's actually in Hmp Belmarsh now, but I'll tell you how he's actually ended up there. So after the rooftop protest in in Strangeways, they then sent him on to Hmp Franklin, where as soon as he got there, he managed to escape from the screws and managed to get up on the roof, which was in the Chronicle. I'll put the pictures up just there. And he managed to stage a rooftop protest in Franklin as he just arrived there. So again, he got moved straight from there because obviously he was a security risk for them. And having that sort of thing as soon as he's landed there up on the roof, the Evening Chronicle was outside the prison videoing him up on the roof. And so for that, they sent him down to Hmp Belmarsh and put him on the unit. And he's on the unit and he's in isolation. And this is why there's people outside of the prison, as you can see in the photos there. He's got a fan base of people outside the prison trying to get some justice for him and trying to get him released, and they're all saying free the IPPs, free Joe Outlaw. But anybody that's been watching my channel and they know about the IPPs, been following it, there's a lot going on with the new Justice Secretary, Alex Chalk, and they are trying to do things for the IPPs. There's a lot of talk about getting them resentenced, but that just isn't happening at the minute. Hopefully this year the IPPs will get some good justice and get some good news. But I know for the likes of myself out here in the community who serve an IPP, hopefully by June this year we will be free of the IPPs, because they are bringing a new law out. The probation have been telling everyone about it. I haven't actually gotten a letter yet, but everybody who I've speak to on the Facebook forums, the IPP pages, they're all getting letters stating that by June, if they've been out of prison for 5 years from their initial release, or if it's past the 5-year mark and you've been out of prison for 2 years without being recalled, your IPP will be squashed. It will be done automatically, and that will be as soon as it's passed in the House of Lords. So hopefully that will be coming soon. So that is a lot of good news for the IPPs out in the community. But they are trying to make things a bit easier for the lads and lasses still in prison serving this sentence. So hopefully soon they will get some good news, because this sentence, as it's being called in the House of Commons, inhumane, it got abolished because of that. So hopefully the lads and lasses in prison will soon get some justice. Now a lot of people who don't know about this sentence will be talking about saying, justice, why do they need justice? They need justice because of a sentence that was abolished. And not a lot of people. I've just done a podcast with Razor Ruddock and Tom Skinner, which is due out in March on the Men's Mental Health podcast on TalkSport. And I asked Tom after the interview, do you know much about the IPPs? He didn't even have a clue. So this issue with the IPPs needs to be highlighted more. And people like myself are bringing it to the surface just to let people know what is actually going on with the IPPs and how, as it's been described, a draconian sentence. Even the man who brought it out himself has turned round and said, David Blunkett said it's the biggest regret of his life bringing out this sentence. He's actually campaigning for the IPPs. He's in touch with families of IPPs, and He is trying, I think, or so I've read, and so he says, but the amount of people that aren't here any longer because of the IPP, there's nearly, I think, around about 90 people now committed suicide, serving this sentence. One lad was in Hmp Golf. He killed himself and rode free on his stomach with a razor blade because that was only his way of getting out of that sentence by ending his life, which is a sad, sad situation. But the figures, I don't even know what the figures are, but I've heard about them. For people out here in the community serving IPP who are in fear of recall can no longer go on because they're scared of the anxiety is too much for them. They've went and ended their lives out here in the community. So it doesn't end when you get out of prison. It's an ongoing nightmare. People have killed themselves out here in the community because they're scared of going back to prison on a sentence that was abolished in 2012 because it was deemed inhumane. So if it was deemed inhumane and abolished, why is it still served in the community? Why are people still serving this sentence out here and in prison? Just doesn't make sense. But hopefully, like I've mentioned, good news is coming this year. I can feel it. So keep the faith, people. Keep the faith, the families of the IPPs. Everybody, stay strong for your loved ones in prison. They will be out soon, hopefully. But I think I'll leave that one there for now, people. I just wanted to cover that on Joe Outlaw. I'll just touch base on a couple of more things as well. I think I did mention it at the beginning, but because I got sidetracked a little bit about Joe, I went on to talk about the IPPs a bit more in depth. Joe Outlaw is now 37. He went in when he was 25. He robbed a takeaway shop with an imitation firearms when he was high on drugs. I'm not sure the exact situation what happened, but reading up on it, it seems as though he's been high on drugs. He's went in with probably a plastic gun and he's tried to rob the takeaway shop to get more money for his drugs. And he was given IPP and he's been in for 12 years and he's in there protesting against the sentence. But hopefully he will be out soon and I'll get him on my podcast. Anybody watching this that's in touch with Joe, let him know that I'm rooting for him. Hopefully he gets out. And when he gets out, he can come on my podcast and we'll talk about the inhumane sentence that him and me have been serving. Anyways, people, I hope you enjoyed that. If you do, remember to comment, like and subscribe. Take care, everyone.
Support Ipanji, free IPPs, free joint enterprise. This one's for all the mums and the IPPs out there. Pocket of sorrows. Live from Belmarsh. Don't put your hand in my sorrow. Whoa, oh, whoa, oh, 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 oh. Panji, free IPP, free joint enterprise.